In this video, I'll show you how to use passive voice. In the passive voice, you will use the verb be, and before that there will be a subject. Then you will use the verb be and it is followed by past participle of the main verb. If we take the verb deliver, which is a regular verb, this is the simple form of the verb deliver, and the past form of the verb deliver is delivered, and the past participle is also delivered. The past participle look like the past tense, mean the past form of the verb deliver, delivered and delivered. This is not the same thing as the past tense. Past participle is different from the past tense. Now look at this sentence. The mail is delivered in the morning. Here is the verb be in the form of is. So this is a form of verb be, and here is the past participle. Notice that the mail in this particular sentence is the subject. Notice that this is the present tense is, and the verb be indicates the verb tense. We know in all the forms, whenever there is verb be, it indicates the verb tense. Which tense does this particular sentence belong to? We can change the tense of this to the past quite easily. We can change the tense of verb be by changing it to the past, by changing the verb is to was. So now this is the past tense. The verb be in the second sentence, the mail was delivered in the morning. So over here, the verb be that is in past form is here. Was delivered. Then this is the past participle. This is what indicates this particular verb in the past form. The verb be in the past form indicates the verb tense, not the past participle. It means that only the verb be is going to indicate the tense of a sentence, not the past participle. To make the future, the future tense, again you just change this verb be. From is to was is past, and then from was to will be, this is future. Change was to will be, this is the future tense. The mail will be delivered in the morning. It's worth noting that you can also use the verb get in place of verb be. But in this sentence, the mail will be, this is future. This verb be is indicating the future tense, not the past participle. So as I said, that's it. It's worth noting that you can also use the verb get. The verb get in place of the verb be. And we can replace the verb be by the verb get in the present tense. The mail gets delivered in the morning. This first sentence is in the present tense. That's why through this verb gets, we come to know that the mail, which is subject, then this is the verb, gets delivered. This is the main verb over here. The mail gets delivered in the morning. This would be the present tense. Past tense will be the mail got delivered in the morning. So this delivered, that is main verb, past participle, remains same, but the verb got is in past. That's why the second sentence is in past tense. The mail got delivered in the morning. And then the future will be the mail will get delivered in the morning. The mail will get delivered in the morning. Although this get is possible, it's not always good choice. The mail will get delivered in the morning. This is showing the future tense, and this get is not recommended. It is possible to use it in this sort of structures, but it's not always a good choice. Sometimes it's better just to use the verb be. This is better choice. Mean is, am, are. These verb was, were, will be, shall be. These are better choices. So as I said, that sometimes it's better just to use the verb be when making the passive voice. Now the question is, who delivers the mail? So this is the subject and this is the verb, and over here this is the object. Who delivers the mail? In this sentence, the word postman delivers the mail. The word postman is the subject. The word postman is the subject in this sentence, and this is the verb, delivers, and then this is the object. This one is verb and this one is subject. This is the active voice. This is the active voice sentence. The postman delivers the mail is in active voice, and the opposite to active is passive. To change this to the passive voice, we would take what is the object here and put it in the position of the subject. Object becomes subject while doing the passive voice. The mail. We would take what is the object here and put it in the subject, in the place or in the position of subject. The mail is delivered by the postman. So this is the present tense. Initially, the postman delivers the mail. This is the present tense over here. In the active voice, this is the present tense, and this is also in the present tense, but this is now in the passive voice. And after this, preposition by is delivered by. This is the preposition that we have to employ, we have to use. We know who delivers the mail in this sentence. The mail is delivered by the postman. We know who delivers the mail. We know this. Now, making questions in passive voice. To make a question in the passive voice, put the verb be in this position. Put the verb be. When is the mail delivered? This is the verb be. To make the questions in the passive voice, as I said, put the verb be before the subject. The mail is subject, and before this put this verb be while converting the active into the passive voice. Here is the main verb delivered. When is the mail delivered? So this is the verb be. The mail is subject, and before subject we have to put this verb be in questions in passive voice. Then this is the main verb delivered. When is the mail delivered? This is the helping verb, we know, and then this is the main verb, and this is the subject, the mail. I can change to the past. When was the mail delivered? This be form can be changed to the past. When was the mail delivered? This is the helping verb that is put before the subject, and then comes the main verb delivered. The future tense will be when will the mail be delivered? To make a negative, add not to the verb be. The mail isn't delivered, or it will be is not. As I said, that add not to the verb be. This is the verb be, and then after that this is not. The contraction of is not is isn't. And for was not, this is verb be and then not. The contraction is wasn't. And for future, will and then not, then the contraction will be won't. The mail isn't delivered in the morning. Add not just after the verb be while doing it negative or while making it negative. The mail wasn't delivered today. So over here, from present to past, the mail wasn't delivered today. This is the subject, and then wasn't, was not, and then this is the main verb. The mail will not be delivered today. Will not be. And we can contract will not to won't. The mail won't be delivered today. If you make the future negative, then just use will not or won't, and then we have to use be when making a negative. Then here, instead of saying the mail isn't delivered in the morning, the mail isn't delivered in the morning, instead of saying this, we can make use of get. The mail doesn't get delivered in the morning, or the mail wasn't delivered today. This is the simple way by using the verb be, but we can also use get. The mail didn't get delivered today, and the mail won't be delivered today. Over here the verb be is there, but we can also use the mail won't get delivered today. So over here we have used get in negative sentences. Remember, if you are using the verb get in place of verb be, if we are using the verb get in place of the verb be, remember this, that you will have to use do or does, do or does or did to make the negative. For present, we have to use do or does, and for past situations, the mail didn't get delivered today, so did is there. But in present, we can use does that matches the subject. They don't get delivered. Something like the mails don't get, if the subject gets changes and it gets plural, then we can use do. And for this one, does is the right choice. And for the past, the mail didn't get delivered today. And for future, we will use won't get delivered. The mail won't get delivered today.